Let's jump into this and see what's poppin'.
You know what I'm saying?
So I was thinking of a video idea, and the first thing that came to mind was Buckshot Roulette no item challenge. That's a lie, it didn't really come to my mind first, but I really wanted to make a video on Buckshot Roulette, and this was the idea that I had, because everybody already knows how the game works, or at least I think they do, and if not, here's a quick rundown or explanation. The game is basically Russian roulette, but with live shells and blank shells, and they're like random order. My phone just went off, my bad. And you can use the items, which are very helpful to you in your playthrough, to help you win the rounds. Now each of the items do different things, like the magnifying glass lets you see what's in the chamber, cigarettes lets you heal your health, beer ejects one shell out of the chamber, and the knife does double damage, and the handcuff skips the opponent's turn. Now for this challenge I'm not allowed to use any of that. No healing, no extra damage, no checking to see what's in the chamber or anything. I'm just going based on what's in the chamber and how many shells I was given. So it's a lot more of a challenge than I expected it to be.
I'm on that good cushion alcohol. I'm on that good cushion alcohol.
Alright, so this did take me more than one day to complete, and it was quite the struggle, if I do say so myself. So the biggest problem that I ran into was not being able to heal and shooting myself. It felt like every single time that I saw the shells, I saw it was either how many blanks or how many lives it was. I'd always take my chances at first. I would point the gun at myself, and every single time it felt like I would be the one that got shot. And every single time he got the gun, there never seemed to be a blank in the chamber, so he would always shoot me. And not being able to heal or like stop him for a little bit was truly like the biggest challenge that there was. And you know, I'd love to give some type of like strategy or anything like that, but there's really nothing to say because it's 100% clearly luck based. So I think what I'm going to do is just review the footage until like we hit the day 2 mark, and just see, like, I'll give little explanations on what happens. And I didn't even record like my microphone audio because I was just kind of done and tired with it at that point. I was just like, the only time I'm gonna record the mic audio is when I win, but you'll see that eventually. So alright, so this is the first day. It was March 21st, and it is currently the 22nd as I'm recording this voiceover right now, and hopefully the video will be up on the 22nd, but I loaded into the game not fully understanding how difficult this was going to be. I figured I would have it done the same night that I started, and I started at around, I'm going to say like 8:30, and I played until like, oh geez, I don't even know, like 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe. I didn't record all of that because I literally wasn't making any progress. There was multiple attempts where I couldn't even make it past the first round on the first day, and that was really demoralizing for me, to say the least. Like, I could not focus on anything because I was just getting so frustrated, and I would even just get up and walk away from the computer for like an hour at a time to like go eat food. Like, I would leave the recording going and I would leave the game on. I just wouldn't do anything. So yeah, but after a while of a lot of just sitting there doing nothing, we finally made it out of round 2, and made it onto the final round of the game. And this is where, like, the energy and everything just kind of went downhill. So if we take a look at the footage here, it says, "Are you ready?" I had 2, and he had all 5 of his health left. And, you know, I kind of already had a feeling that this wasn't going to end well. But, you know, I figured let's test my luck. Got a good shot there. And I was feeling better. You know, I mean, one shot was really nothing in the grand scheme of things. And then he drinks a beer, reaches for the gun, points it at me, and of course it's alive. And then I don't wake up. I've never seen the ending of this game before because I've beaten it every single time. And if you see, I got the achievement pop in the corner. But this is where I called it for the night because I was just ready to be done, and I was just gonna pick it up the next day because I figured this is gonna take a lot longer than I thought it would. So I woke up bright and early, 8 a.m., day 2. I told myself I wasn't gonna record anything before round 3 because when I started playing today at 8 a.m., I was literally not making it past the first round. It was the same exact shells every single time. It goes in the same order. Obviously, it's different, like whether it's going to be a live first or blank first or whatever. But on the first round, every single time, it's going to be 1 live and 2 blanks. I know that because I played it so unbelievably much. But every single time I thought it would be a live, I would point it at him and it would be a blank. And every single time I thought it would be a blank, I pointed at myself and it would end up being a live. So that was a very long and tedious process. And then we finally got to the second stage, and I just couldn't get past it for the longest time. And as soon as I did, I was so unbelievably happy that I just couldn't believe it. But lo and behold, we finally made it to round 3. And something I'd like to say about the game that doesn't really make much sense to me is when the defibrillator thing cuts off, like, I usually check to see how many, like, charges I have or the dealer has, and it always seems like fudged, like they always seem to get changed. I don't know why that is, but you'll see what I'm talking about here near the end. But we're finally on the 3rd round. This is the second time I've ever made it to the 3rd round, because as you've seen, the first time I made it, I died. So, but it starts off pretty well. I got 2 knives and 2 cigarettes, even though it doesn't even matter. Get a good hit every now and then. And then when we finally get to the end, this is where things get a little weird. Alright, so if we take a look here, I just got shot with the sawed off. So I have 2 health left, right? And then the barrel comes back, obviously. And I'm kind of reviewing this just like as it happens, like, so I can describe what's, like, what I find confusing. So it goes, "Are you ready?" And then it cuts off the defibrillator, which means I don't know what I have left, but I do know, because in my head I have 2, and that just makes the most sense. So it's a 2 against 4 right now. So I need to get some pretty lucky hits here, and I think everything would be okay, right? So he has 3 left. I think that is the end of the round, yep. Get the boxes. Obviously I can't take anything because I'm not using any items. Yep, how unfortunate. So we take a look. It is 4 live and 2 blank. So the odds of me getting a hit here are obviously pretty high. So I obviously take it to the dealer. There's 1. So now he has 2 left, right? But if you notice on the table, he also has 2 cigarettes. He has 2 packs of cigarettes. So he uses one of the packs of cigarettes, and it doesn't do anything to his health. Or that we can see. I'm thinking in my head he's adding on to his health, so he's back at 4. That's what I'm thinking. And then he drinks a beer, takes a live out, or takes a blank out, points it at himself, shoots himself, and that's the end of the game. Which doesn't make any sense, because I feel like if he had 4, then he should have still been alive. But, you know, obviously I wasn't complaining. I've been doing this for a few hours, and I was just ready to be done, so. And here's my live reaction to this all happening, of course. No fucking way. No fucking way. Oh my gosh. Holy shit. No fucking way. I can't believe it. That was just luck right there. There was no skill involved. It was all just luck. Oh my gosh. Let's take a look at our stats here. Doors kick 20. 0 cigarette smoke, 0 beer drink. Oh, thank goodness it's finally done. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a lot of things I cut out of that, obviously, because you know, it would have been a 5-hour long video if I showed literally all of the footage, and if I did like a live commentary over it, it just would have been a mess. So I'm cutting it down a lot here. So yeah, that was just a fun, air quotes, fun. That was just a little challenge I want to do. I really want to do like a FNAF challenge, because I have Five Nights at Candy's, and then I have the Five Nights at Candy's but better version, which has Blood 720 on it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, because I can't even be Ultimate Custom Night, which is also another thing I need to get done. I've never beat a Bite at Freddy's. I still need to finish that. Bonnie's Boneyard I still need to finish. I need to play. There's a lot of games I need to play, okay? I'm a little backed up right now. But if you like this video, and you'd like to see more challenge videos like this, or just any type of difficult challenge in the future, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Comment down below. And I'll check you guys later.